Earlier today, Kudlow spoke with our own Washington correspondent, Kevin Cirilli. Have a listen.
Both countries have just proposed tariffs. There's nothing enacted. And I think that's an important point. And here in the U.S., we're going to put it out for comment for a couple months. So I don't want to pinpoint a deadline. That's Bob Lighthizer area. But I would just say it's nothing around the corner. There's going to be a big discussion about it. Obviously, all the senators will weigh in, and we welcome that.
Kevin Cirilli joins us now. A great get, Kevin. I wonder, is this a good cop, bad cop situation where Larry Kudlow is the good cop, but Bob Lighthizer continues to be the bad cop?
Could be. I think what's interesting here is that Mr. Kudlow, as well as the administration, facing intense pushback from Republicans up on Capitol Hill, including Senator Joni Ernst, a Republican from Iowa. You'll have to remember that the soybean market in particular has been very much wrapped up in these types of trade negotiations. Now, I asked Larry Kudlow specifically about that. He says that this is open for negotiation, that the administration is going to be bringing all of the parts together for an open period of negotiation. And he wasn't willing to put a time period on that, saying that it would last several months. I also asked him something that I hear repeatedly from folks up on Wall Street, which is, what is the administration's end goal on the US-China trade back and forth? And he said it very simply: growth. He went on to state that he believes, as well as the administration believes, that the relationship between the United States as well as China has been so taken advantage of by the Chinese that they feel that this type of back and forth is just an opening bid. And he also previewed something else, Vonnie, what he's calling a grand coalition of the willing, his words. And he said that there could be some more talk on that to come, and potentially previewing bringing other countries to the negotiating table to put pressure on China.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that Larry Kudlow and Bob Lighthizer are not on the same page. Where is the administration, or rather the president, I suppose, really, in this? Is it evolving? Might he, switch from the Bob Lighthizer view more towards the Larry Kudlow view?
So I speak with some sources who would argue that potentially they are on the same page, in the sense that nothing has technically been enacted yet with regards to the Chinese or the U.S. tariffs. This is a waiting game period, and it could potentially move forward. But when you actually look at the crux of what has been proposed, a public comment period in Washington has the ability to drag on forever, literally, in the sense that folks could comment to the sense that really it gets watered down. That's what I heard from Larry Kudlow earlier this morning at the White House. I also asked him for a quick update on NAFTA renegotiations. He said, quote, they're moving in the right direction.
Kevin, what's the feeling amongst the GOP ahead of the midterms? If this spirals and China pinpoints the farming states and those soybean producers, how's that going to go down in November?
Well, I asked that to Larry Kudlow, and he said, quote unquote, blame China. Look, there's no question that the Republicans in the Midwest, as well as in the central part of the United States, are concerned and a bit anxious about the back and forth between China. Look, case in point, just log onto your terminal and look at the soybean prices. But when you actually pause a little bit, I can tell you that Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, speaking to local affiliate in Kentucky, his state, because they are in recess, saying that there could be a political hurricane within the next couple of, come November. The question that he raised is, will it be a category 2, 3, or 4? So Republicans are talking about this. The business community in particular, the likes of Boeing, the GEs, the Caterpillars, the Harley-Davidsons, Mark, all talking about this. But the administration believes that the base of the Trump movement, not the base necessarily of the old guard Republican Party, but the base of the Trump movement, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, that they will get on board with this. They think that the Trump trade talk helps them, but I can also tell you that the farming community very much, agriculture industry, very much concerned. But this is there's a lot of wiggle room. If you listen carefully to what Larry Kudlow was saying in the past couple of days, there's a lot of wiggle room and a lot of time that they're buying themselves with regards to China.